Mother Nature can play some cruel jokes, and there are times when conditions don't allow you to fish for your main target species. It's a good idea to inquire about alternative fishing options in the area so you can bring appropriate gear and have all your bases covered. This way, you'll at least be able to fish until conditions improve and you can resume fishing for your main target species. By having a Plan B, you can maximize your vacation time. On a recent trip to Panama, North American fisherman staff member Dan Larson was faced with just this type of dilemma. The Piñas Bay area off the west coast of Panama is renowned for its great fishing for large black marlin. However, unusual winds blew in water that was not of optimal temperatures for marlin fishing, and the bite was slow. By switching equipment and targeting sailfish on light tackle and fly gear, the action heated up in a hurry. In addition, by moving inshore and trolling plugs along the rocks, a variety of fish, such as giant grouper, amberjack, and roosterfish, provided some excellent activity. One of the most important things you can do to maximize your fishing success is to know as much as possible about the fish you intend to fish for. This understanding of a species' feeding habits, seasonal movements, and the techniques utilized to fish for them is essential. Do your homework. Study as many fishing books and magazine articles as you can get your hands on. Watch how-to videos that apply to the fish you'll be pursuing. Talk to fishing guides or fishing store employees to glean whatever information you can to gain a thorough understanding of the fish you're after. It's not uncommon for lodge guides to have regimented places and techniques they rely on for putting clients on fish. There are times when the local knowledge and tactics just don't produce. With a broad understanding of the fish, you may be able to switch gears and change your results dramatically.
Get it right there.
The staff at the North American Fishing Club are fortunate enough to take quite a few extended fishing trips throughout any given year. By doing so, we've honed our packing skills to a system that seems to work very well. Let's join Dan Larson for some tips on just what to bring and how to pack for a trip.
Hey, we get a chance to do an awful lot of traveling. I take 1 or 2 trips a month, and I've kind of devised a system that works really good for me wherever I'm going. It doesn't seem to matter if I'm going for 2 days or 2 weeks. I always end up taking the same stuff. Let me show you what goes in my bag. First off, speaking of the bag, I do like a duffel bag as opposed to a hard suitcase or a rolling suitcase. It just seems like I can get more stuff in it. They're bigger, they take up less room, and once I'm at camp and unloaded, I can throw it under a bed or throw it in a closet and it's out of the way. To start off with, I pack my footwear in the bottom, and I always want to bring something for wet weather conditions. Got some Gore-Tex boots, you can bring some rubberized boots, but kind of a key item to have. So I like to bring something waterproof. And then at the end of the day, it's always nice to get into some comfortable footwear, whether it's sandals or camp moccasins. It's always nice to have something to kind of let the dogs air out a little bit and just be comfortable at the end of the day. So I like to throw in some sandals. I got some socks and underwear in here, obviously an essential. I wear some lightweight hiking boots. Normally I just travel in those, and they're comfortable to wear as far as boat shoes or just general camp shoes as well. My back seems to go out once or twice a year. And just to cover my bases, I usually bring a little back brace. If you're going on that trip of a lifetime and your back goes out, you at least want to be able to get through the week. So these don't take up any room, and I like to have a little back protection, a little back support with me. The other thing that's really key is to have a layering system to cover wide temperature ranges. Normally my layering system is comprised of some lightweight long underwear that are going to wick moisture away from your body. And I like to bring some fleece for a heavier layer. Depending on the climate you're headed towards, there's varying thicknesses of fleece. But between long johns and fleece, and then a shell system, either a Gore-Tex or some type of breathable rain gear, you can really get through a lot of temperature extremes. And as I mentioned, rain gear, key item to have. I typically bring some lightweight pants that'll pack down pretty small. I also bring a shell top. And even if it's not raining, if you're motoring in a boat, cool evenings, cool mornings, that really helps keep the chill off. As far as stowing stuff in a boat when I'm not wearing rain gear, I like to bring a little backpack. I can keep my rain gear, I can keep GPS, binoculars, camera, stuff like that. So frequently I'll bring a little day pack, and that makes sense to keep stuff stowed in the boat. Another item that works really good if you know you're going to be doing any wading, or it's just a good option, even if you're not, are these breathable Gore-Tex waders. Combined with wading boots, they're comfortable to be in. I know some Alaskan guides that seriously, they live in these things all day long. So that's another option for rain gear bottoms if you don't want to bring regular bottom pants. I like to have a long pair of jeans. Of course, you can't go anywhere without a basic pair of jeans and a heavier shirt. Denim shirt or canvas shirt works out really good. Nowadays, they've come out with some of this Supplex clothing, and it's a quick drying fabric. It's light and cool, and it's really a nice fabric to have for travel wear. I like to bring a pair of swim trunks. The lodge you're going to might have a hot tub, or swimming may be appropriate where you're headed. So I bring some Supplex trunks. I bring some long pants. Those work out really good, and they take up hardly any room. And I like to bring Supplex shirts, both long sleeve and short sleeve. Okay. In addition to that, I like to bring a t-shirt or two. I've got a regular pair of shorts in case the weather turns warm. And something they've come out with in the last couple of years here are these pants with the zip-off legs on them. I've got another long sleeve Supplex shirt here. I really am a fan of those. So I bring that. Now we get to some of the more detail-oriented stuff. A lot of times I'll get hungry out in a boat, or sometimes some of the meals don't agree with me. So I like to bring some energy bars. You go to Alaska or even northern Canada, and you got all that daylight in the summer, you may end up fishing till 10, 11 at night. So it's not a bad idea to have some energy bars. Make sure you bring your sunscreen, as well as some lip balm with some sun protection. As far as toiletries go, I like to buy these small little bottles at a drugstore or camping store, and just bring enough shampoo or conditioner as what I'm going to need for the week. It takes up so much less room. It's just a more efficient way to pack. I like to bring like a multi-tool and a Swiss Army knife, just so I've got some tools and things that I may need in the boat or while in camp. First aid kits, always a key item to have. You get a hook in yourself in the boat, or get a cut filleting fish, it's nice to be able to doctor yourself up. Don't forget the bug dope and or a bug suit if you're going to a place that's really going to have bad bugs. And one last item that make sure you don't forget, earplugs. Your fishing partner may snore like a bear, and you want to get some sleep during the week, so I don't go anywhere without some earplugs. Now here's a little system that I like to do just to cover my tail. You never know what's going to happen with baggage handlers. So I like to bring a little carry-on bag with a change of underwear, change of clothes. Frequently I'll throw in some of my valuable fishing reels that I don't want to lose. Sometimes I'll put in a GPS. Another item I like to have is a flashlight. If I'm in camp and got to get up during the middle of the night, instead of stumbling around, stubbing my toe, I like to have a little flashlight or headlamp. So those are some items that I bring. If baggage gets lost, it's nice to have an extra toothbrush and toothpaste. Don't forget some polarized sunglasses, both for safety protection from hooks. Also, a lot of times, sight fishing is a key factor in your success. And a good pair of polarized glasses is really going to allow you to do some things you can't without them. Another key item that a lot of people overlook is a hat with a dark bottom to the bill. That'll absorb a lot of the reflection off the water, combined with the polarized glasses, will really let you see into the water much better. And the hat also adds a little measure of protection if you've got a small boat and multiple people casting. I've had some incidents where a hat has saved the day. I've taken a hook in the hat and not in the head. Make sure you bring a hat. Today we've got travel rods, which are really a slick system. I normally ship my big tube through baggage, but just to guarantee, cover my tail, that I can fish that first day, a lot of times I'll bring a pack rod combined with a reel, maybe a box of lures or flies to get me through that first day if my other stuff doesn't arrive. So in a nutshell, that's my system. I may tweak it a little bit for warmer destinations, depending on the latitude, or bump up some of the layers, thickness of the layers if I'm going someplace cold. But that's a system that really works well, doesn't take up a whole lot of room, and it'll get you through almost any conditions.